So I just got off the phone with another junk removal owner. He's actually in another state, and he told me that he is opening a retail store next month, and he just signed a lease this month. So before the end of this month, in July that started, he signed a lease, and the lease takes effect September the 1st. And I told him, I said, well, how much are you paying rent? He gave me a little background of why he's doing it. He's paying $4,500 on rent. That is about $2,800 more than I pay, to put it that way. $4,500. He owns a junk removal service. Of course, he has to own a junk removal service. But he got the idea of doing business from my YouTube videos. So he said, man, I want to be just like you, Ricardo. I want to do what you do. You have a retail store. You have a headquarters. And I started telling him, okay, slow down there. Pump your brakes, partner. You know what I mean? 'Cause I try to, people that call me, I try to work with them, try to see what they're at. But $4,500 is a big nut. It's huge. That's a lot of money to be paying for rent on a business that is not going to be so good. So I just noticed that another junk removal company on Facebook is about to open their business online. So I'm going to give you a little experience from opening your business online. Opening your business to a retail store if you own a junk removal service. So I have owned my junk removal service. If you know my videos, I've owned my junk removal service for the last 15 years. And during that time, the last about 6 years, I decided to start selling things. But my headquarters is in Dallas, Texas. We have a population of about 9 million people. One of the reasons I started selling things online was because I had the room. I actually had the room to sell stuff. So in other words, I was parking my vehicles, I was parking my trucks, I was parking all my equipment, and we're talking all the way from shovels to push carts to trailers to trucks. And I'm parking all my stuff at this headquarters. Now, I need to have at headquarters. I cannot be parking my vehicles at home. I have 5 diesel trucks. I have about 12 trailers. I cannot be parking this stuff at a U-Haul place. It just wasn't going to work out right. So I decided years ago to get a headquarters, and that's where I've been. I've been at my headquarters. One of the things is I was using my property for storage. And on my property, I had a retail store on it that I just was using to store stuff, like my equipment. I decided when my sister left Mexico, because she had a relationship that failed in Mexico. He cheated, by the way. I'm just going to throw that in there. And I decided to let her run a retail store for the last 4.5, 6 years. She's been running my retail store. Now, I was always doing it, but I was doing it on the side. But she's made it a full-blown retail store. So, with that, I want to say this. We do sell things. We do sell things on a daily basis. My sister has set up the whole inside of the retail store. The thing about it, I want to tell you, I was using it as storage. I was already paying for parking. And I want to make that very clear with y'all. I was paying for parking at all times. This is where I park my vehicles. This is where I leave my equipment. This is also where I leave all my trucks and my tools. So with that, I want to say I had the space for a retail store and decided to open it. Okay, so I want to just clarify a few things. At my retail space, at my headquarters, I was paying $1,400. And then I decided to open a retail store, and then we started making extra money on the side. There is no way on earth that if I paid $4,500 just for a retail store that I would make enough money to sustain to run a junk removal business. And I'm going to tell you, this guy that is in another part of the country that's opening a retail store, I told him it was a bad idea. He said it was just a retail front. He can't park his trucks. He can't store his equipment. He can't store his trailers. He can't store anything except things inside his, what the fuck? Excuse me, motherfucker. He can't store anything inside his store except things he's gonna sell. Okay. So it's a retail store. It's a full-blown retail store. And I want to be sure that you know that my retail store is also my headquarters, where I have my offices, where I have all my equipment, all my trucks, everything's there. I just don't use it for the retail store. As a matter of fact, the primary source for my headquarters is storage. That's the number one source. It's just storage. Now, to think that I was going to open a retail space and just make it all retail, that is totally blown away crazy. Listen, guys, I pay about $1,400 in rent every month for my retail headquarters, my headquarters / retail store. It is first a storage facility, headquarters, and then it is secondary, a retail store. If you're going to own a junk removal business, I want to let you know that opening a retail store is not the best idea, especially if the rent's too high. Now, if you're using your headquarters as a storage facility for your vehicles and your trucks and trailers and your equipment, then that's fine. And you have enough room for a retail store, that's fine. I think you'll make some money. But on a realistic note, this guy who's across the country who called me and asked me for some advice about his retail store, he averages, I'm gonna make this clear. He's got 2 trucks. He's got 2 guys that work for him, and he uses just 1 truck on a daily basis. The other truck's a backup, and he'll use it every once in a while too, like everybody else does. And he averages about 10 to 15 jobs a day. By the way, yesterday I did 11 jobs by myself. He averages $10 to $15 a week. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. He averages 10 to 15 jobs a week. And like I was saying, I did 11 jobs yesterday by myself. That means he's doing about 2 jobs every day. And he's got 3 employees. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I don't think he has the inventory. You have to have the jobs to have the inventory for a retail store, first of all. You have to have the jobs to have really cool retail stuff to sell. This guy doesn't have it. How's he going to fill up a 2,900 square feet warehouse that he's paying $4,500 monthly for and make any money? This is where people get in trouble in junk removal. They want to expand their business too fast. They want to do things that don't seem reasonable in their junk removal business. And they start seeing YouTube videos like my videos and they think they can do it all. Okay? So don't be thinking just because I have a headquarters and I have a retail store and I have all these trucks and trailers that it is not expensive to run everything. It is not expensive to have this stuff. Last month, I made about maybe $500 out of my retail store last month. I have everything. You name it, I have it. I have everything in my retail store. Washers and dryers, flat screens, everything. We advertise on Craigslist. We advertise on Facebook. My sister's in charge of it. We make money out of it, but it's only chump money. It's hustle money. That's all it is. It's nothing big. It's extra money for gas and fuel, but it is extra money. And I want to make myself clear with that, okay? I want to be sure that y'all understand that when we are opening this retail store, we know that we weren't going to make a lot of money. It was just a side gig. Don't concentrate on your retail store because your money getter, the one that got you your money was your junk removal, okay? Always concentrate on your junk removal business, not on a retail store, not on this crazy idea that you're going to innovate retail. I mean, retail's been around for hundreds of years, and you selling junk ain't gonna make no difference. There's a lot of antique stores all over the place. a lot of places that sell junk like Goodwill, okay, and they sell a lot cheaper than you do. And with that, I hope y'all take this as some advice that a retail store is a very risky investment for your business. It is a very expensive way to get rid of junk. Sometimes what you think will sell doesn't sell for anything. As a matter of fact, that thing that you think will sell, set it outside and give it away for free, and it doesn't go anywhere. So anyway, guys, I think it's a bad investment. He has 2,900 square feet. He's paying $4,500. Oh, by the way, it's in a secluded part of the city. And he thinks that he's going to drive people to his property to sell the stuff. They got to go through this wooded area and stuff like that. It was pretty funny when he was telling me. Anyway, I just wanted to come on board and talk to you about this story. That I get phone calls all the time about really weird things, and this is one of those about opening a retail space. If you think you're going to make money, you're just going to lose money. Dude, there's no way that he's going to sell $9,000 or $10,000 a month out of here. That's what he thinks. He really thinks that. He said that to me. He said that he thinks he can make $10,000 to $15,000 a month out of his retail store. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyway, with that, I'm going to leave you guys. Don't forget, if you're looking for some coaching in junk removal, or maybe a program, I have an online curriculum called the University of Junk Removal. Link below. Check it out. 100 and plus online videos of curriculum and lectures all about junk removal, and tutorials about junk removal. Well, thank you for listening to the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye, guys.